Hey up YouTube. It's time finally to evict some plants from the at-home greenhouse and get some planted out. And in actual fact, I'm not going to be able to plant out as many as I thought I would. Looking in the greenhouse, a lot of the excuse the chickens, a lot of the tomatoes that I thought hadn't made it have. But hey ho, not to worry. So we're going to be, I've got a boatload of plants in the car, so over the course of this video we're going to be doing a load of planting out of all sorts of different things. It's going to be a few days condensed into one. It's going to be less about how to plant things and more just a bit of a chill out together and a bit of planting. So I'll see you in a sec and I'll start unloading the car with a little bit of a montage. Okay, I had to cancel the montage. I'm losing the light. There's more rain there's more rain coming, and I want to get on. So I just thought I'd get it unloaded and I'll give you a quick rundown of what I've got here. So not all of it is going to get planted out this weekend. Some of it's still a bit young or a bit small. But I'm going to have a look at the roots on some of those items and I'll make a decision then. I'll just quickly show you. So I've been and got some compost because it's well overdue. Let's have a look at the roots in here. Actually, it's not root bound. I thought it might be. The sweet peppers, these are sweet nardellos, are going in containers in the polytunnel. So it's compost for them. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix a bit of extra, well, I might as well tell you. I'm going to mix a bit of extra fish blood and bone in. It's worth remembering, especially for you new growers out here, compost is great, but it only has enough feed in it for about 6 to 8 weeks. Fish blood and bone, however, its nutrients become available in about 6 to 8 weeks. Once it's been in the soil bacteria has had a chance to break it down. About 6 to 8 weeks, the nutrients from fish blood and bone are ready and available. So there you go. There's your first 12 to 16 weeks worth of food for your plants in containers. Put some fish blood and bone in. Happy days. We've got some sweet corn. You'll notice actually, I mean, these guys have been outside for a little while. Some of them are actually flopped over. Don't worry about that. All we'll do is we'll plant them up a little bit. Aubergines. These were planted 1st of January. This is the Bonica. You see it's already starting to flower. Once again, all these are well overdue because of the wet weather. But because Jack's Magic is so rich, such a good compost, the plant hasn't really suffered. It's not put a great deal of root growth on because I had a massive problem with aphids. But I mean, if I take that stick out there, you see now a nice strong plant starting to flower. I may take that one off. That's to be decided. One of the big projects for this weekend is to get some flowers out. These are the dahlias. We've got, in no particular order, Pom Pom, Firework and Diablo. And just some red night marigolds on the end there. We've got some more peppers back here and some tomatoes. We've got some cucumbers and some melons. We've got some more of the Firestorm beans and the Bellotto beans. They're the ones that are a bit young really. But like I say, what I'll do, if I can see through, no I can't. What I'll do is I'll have a look at how the roots are going on these. Because if the roots are ready and coming out the bottom, I'll try and get them planted out. Let's see if we can have a look quickly on camera here. Let's have a look. Yeah, so some of them, see these two, so far from ready. But these Bellottos, or Bellottis, the plant's called a Bellotto bean, but are ready to go out. So I'm going to pick and choose, and then I'll leave the rest of the book safe to grow on just a little bit more. But yes, so tonight's focus, or the start of the job tonight, and it's starting to rain again already now. There's a load of snail poop on you. We'll have to go through these pots and have a look. There it is. Go away, you. Over there. There's not somebody else's plot over there, by the way, guys. What was I going to say? So tonight, one thing I really do want to get done is the corn. Some of it, yeah, once again, is still a bit young. But looking at the root system on the bottoms, they should be okay. Ideally, you want to wait till it's about 6 inches tall. The main reason I'm getting them planted out is I don't have that luxury. See if I can show you on this one, actually. This is the one that's in the multi-purpose compost. Now, there's not a great deal to see under there, but the germination rates between the seed compost and the multi-purpose compost, the multi-purpose has done nearly double the seed compost, which surprised me. I honestly thought the seed compost was going to do better, but I'm going to get them out. I need to get them out because I need the tray back for my second sowing. So I'm just going to have to be you know, we're going to have to be ginger. I'm just going to have to handle them gingerly and hope that the weather's okay. They have been hardened off outside for a week. So everything should be okay. So let's crack on. I'm going to start with the corn, then move on to the beans. This is all weather permitting. It's starting to rain now. A little bit of spitting, don't bother me. But if it starts to throw it down, we'll have to pause play. Maybe do some work in the greenhouse or the polytunnel. So that's the bed set up for all intents and purposes. And all the soaker hose does is it essentially just leaks everywhere really slowly. But what I'll do is I'll hook it up to my irrigation system, because what I'm actually thinking about doing is I've got a sprinkler that I'm going to put on the other bed that can also run off my pump and irrigation system. And it's all collected rainwater. If you're interested in how I've done it, there is a playlist where I've got my solar panel set up and my irrigation set up. I'll try and remember to link it in the corner, whichever corner it is. I can never remember. But yeah, my intention is to hook this up to the irrigation system and have this and that run simultaneously about twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, once every 2 or 3 days, to give it a good soak. And I have an IBC, and that usually lasts about a month. I get out of that. Not a month, a week, sorry. And in a pinch, not that I should, but in a pinch I can just connect up the hose pipe as well. But that's this bed ready, so I'm just going to go along and I'm going to dib it all out now. So I'm going to aim for about 30 centimetres between plants. Now, I dibbed these holes to roughly the depth of these root trainers, because the hope is that you can just get one, find your dibbed hole, and hopefully push it straight in. Hasn't really worked out that way. These holes are actually a little bit on the narrow side. Not to worry, I'll get the dibber back out. So yeah, after absolutely forcing those two in and making a bit of a mess of it, I need to widen my holes. You could use a bulb planter. That, if you're using these root trainers, would give you a more than sufficient size hole. And that's it. I'll come back to you once the bed's planted up. So the next job really is going to be, well, it's just a bit of prep work for tomorrow. Got all the potatoes in the greenhouse and they're on the beds in the greenhouse. So it's just going to be getting them all out of the greenhouse. Now, and a lot of people said to me, Russ, why aren't you going to earth up your potatoes? Oh, don't need to, guys. in containers. You really don't need to. But yeah, I'll get all these guys moved out into a new home. So that's the potatoes out of the polytunnel. Whew. And it's weird how empty it looks now. So I'm going to call that a day for today. I'm going to go home and get some dinner, because it is, I don't know, sometime after dinner time. It's 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go home and get some dinner. I've done some prep for tomorrow, but I'm going to have a full day down here tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a very busy day. I've got the netting to finish off in there, the cucumbers to go out, the tomatoes to go out. Where I put the snowball onions, unfortunately, due to my own neglect and issues that I've had being able to get here and spend time here, it's turned into a meadow. So I'm going to have to try something with those. What I'm going to try, actually, it's probably not a good idea, but I've got no choice. It's just too overgrown. I'm going to have to dig all the onions out, weed it all, and then put them back in. They're probably not going to like it, but I've got no choice. I can't see any other way. So that's that. So the potatoes are out. All the plants, not even all the plants are down here. I've still got some trays to bring down with me tomorrow. But I'm going to pack away the plants that need to go in the polytunnel for tonight. And yeah, I'll crack on, and I'll sit, and then I'll have another quick word before I go home. Well, whew, that's a bit of prep work done for tomorrow. Probably should have done it the other way around, really. Just looked at the forecast. Tomorrow's supposed to be dry, although it hasn't really rained this evening. So we managed to get the sweet corn out. As I can't stress enough, mine was a little bit young, but I needed it out. I had to put it out. Got the potatoes evicted from the greenhouse, and some of the plants evicted from the greenhouse, from the polytunnel, and some of the plants evicted from the greenhouse at home. And so tomorrow, I'm gonna weed out, dig out, rake over, wet down several times the greenhouse. What else are we going to do? We're going to plant out in the greenhouse, we're going to plant out in the polytunnel, we're going to plant out in tubs in the polytunnel. We're hopefully going to get the onions sorted, and we're going to put some of those beans out on the second set of trellising. So, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, actually, we're also going to put some leeks out tomorrow. See you later. Hey guys, we're back. Day number 2 this weekend. Pan you around a little bit. And this is the second lot of evictions from the greenhouse at home. What I'm going to do, move some of these big ones out of the way, is I'm going to go get the peppers out of the greenhouse, out of the polytunnel, because I thought they were down here. And then we're going to put them in pots. We've got all sorts of varying sizes of pots, ranging from this size, which is approximately, what, 3-4 litres to 5 litres. So I'm not putting any in the ground. Well, I say I'm not putting any in the ground. I may end up putting some in the ground. But my primary peppers, both bite spicy, these guys, there's a habanero back there. These are the overwintered ones, by the way, guys. This is the pepperoncini and the jalapeno that were overwintered, survived the attack of the aphids. I got hit really hard with aphids this year. And I'm going to put them in the polytunnel on the watering system in containers and see how they do. So I'm going to go get the peppers out. I'm going to pick some of the better ones. Some of them have been really hit hard with aphids, so we're going to pick some of the better ones and pot up as many as we can. I ain't got that much compost, but I'll be back shortly. So what I'm going to start off with, I'll be honest, I've lost all the labels off every single one of these bar one. That's this one, which is a hot wax. So that's what we're going to do first, because it's the only one I know that I've still got. I've done my chilies in containers, for years now, but I lost all my chilies this year. You see this one, they're already starting to fruit because it's running out of nutrients essentially. I'm going to pot it up just a little bit, so I'm just going to go just slightly above the height of the soil that it was in, and it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And then you'll see what I'm doing when I put the last one in the polytunnel. I'm going to put them in as I go, but you'll see what I'm doing when I put the last one in the polytunnel. As I'm going to crack on with this, I'll time lapse it and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're done out here. At the end of the time lapse there, I don't know how much you'll be able to see, because obviously it was time lapsed. The thing that was in this tub was actually a potato, a Purple Majesty potato. I've left it far too late to pot it up, but it's just something I'm just experimenting with this year. I've not really spoken about it. But I'm just trying, just for the fun of it really, potting on a potato. See how it goes. Anyway, move you through into the polytunnel. So I'll see you in there. Right, okay. So as you can see, all the peppers and chilies are now down the back of the polytunnel, all piped up, piped into the watering system, all quite happy. So all I'm going to do now is give them a little, sorry if I just caught the microphone, little top dressing of some fish blood and bone. Not loads. I am guilty of doing it when it comes to fertilisers. In actual fact, that can have a negative effect. And that'll break its way down and work its way down into the soil as the plants grow and mature over the next 6 to 8 weeks. Don't know if I've already mentioned this in yesterday's video. The reason I'm giving them the fish blood and bone now is because your compost, of course, has enough nutrients in it for 6 to 8 weeks. Fish blood and bones nutrients become available in 6 to 8 weeks. Therefore, you should be good for a while, feed-wise. So, that's one job done. That's the peppers done. I now need to clear a bed and put some tomatoes in. So I'll clear it, and then we'll have a chat about the tomatoes and such. So I'll see you in a sec.